everyone, it's Karen. Thanks for coming by. Today I'm gonna just make a couple of things. I made a video on Sunday and my son came over and somehow it got deleted, which you should be very happy about because it was at 57 minutes. So luckily you won't have to sit through that. So I made this little guy out of this and the metal ribbon. Now I used the leaf ribbon with this. Apparently I have glue strings everywhere. So I painted it white, then I dry brushed a little bit of gray, and then I dry brushed a little bit of white on the metal. So for this one, I'm gonna paint it black and, not black, gray. And then I'm gonna dry brush it white. And then we're going to use this metal. And this one, like I said, I used the leaf one. And I also started making my little chicken house. Now, I used the wooden houses from Dollar Tree. Everything's from Dollar Tree. And I had it, like, I took the back off, put new paper on it, and then I did like a tin roof out of, oh, this is what's left. Those tin, I think this one was a brownie pan, just like a square. I don't know if it says what size. Doesn't tell you. But it was just that. And then I had the pieces come off like this. And then I just cut them and hot glued them like that. And then first I painted it white. So I am going to use the little chickies that we made a couple of videos ago. I also took these sparkly eggs. I pulled off the ribbon and then I just coated it with some chalk paints. And we're going to make this little chicken coop. And but first I'm going to at least get a coat of the gray on so that can dry if we're then going to move on to the chick house. So I am going to be using the Maui sand from Folk Art, sorry. Oh, you need to be shaken better, sorry. Yeah, so I forget what took me so long, that it was an hour long, but just be grateful it got lost. All right, so I'm just going to I'm going to use this brush. Doesn't really matter which one. I also sanded the inside and the outside. Just very lightly sanded it. And we're just going to paint it. Probably should get a bigger brush. Oh, or I could put you down and you could actually watch what I'm doing. Sorry about that. All right. So today is Tuesday, and I hope you're all having a great week. It's been very crazy here trying to get everything done for my daughter's baby shower. So I have, let me grab a drink here. I have in the kitchen, maybe I'll take you in there, and I have my entire island is covered with flowers and baskets, the wire baskets, golf balls. It's just crazy out there. So then my daughter is moving in on Thursday, and it just got to be so hard to keep hiding things from her. So she has now seen the flower arrangements for the tables. She knows what the prizes are for the games that she doesn't know what the games are. So I guess that'll be fun. And for prizes, I bought a bunch of Coach Wristlets. I learned about, well, we have an outlet for Coach in like a next town over. So, hey, Sorry about that. The couple of towns over. It's like 15 minutes to get there. And I started buying things in there because it was so inexpensive. Because a friend of mine said, this started when my daughter was in college. And she said, oh, what did you get her roommates for Christmas? And I said, I have no idea. Last year I gave them a candle, and I don't know. I was just stumped. You know, there's just a lot of them. And so my friend said, oh, why don't you get them Coach wristlets? And I said, because I'm not a millionaire. And she said, no, go online. And ever since, that's what I've been buying. And because I buy them all the time, I get like an extra discount. And if you use the Rakuten, it's RAKUN, app. And if you watch, you can put in your store for anything. You just put it right in the search thing. It comes up if they're having any extra sale. So I wait, and then there are days when they're 10% off or 18% off. And then because I've bought so many over the years, I usually get an extra 10%. So that's what everyone is getting. And that's what they got for the bridal shower last year. So, so everyone, it's something that everybody loves that you don't get to really buy for yourself. And they probably have no idea that I get them at such a great price. So I bought some Dollar Tree tissue paper and some Dollar Tree bags. And then I'm done with that. So I'm also making t-shirts. Well, they're baby onesies. Let's move on. I guess I could do another house just to see. Let you guys see how I do it. So basically, you're going to take your house. It would be nice if I had a clear section over here. You're basically going to take your knife and you're going to just score right at the bottom, like at every edge, just to loosen the glue. Some people use a heat gun to try and loosen the glue that way, and I think everybody does it different, and I think it works for everybody, whichever one you decide. So then just try and pop them out, and once you get one started, they all kind of come right out. So then just try and clean it off. Take my finger sander and just get the paper down, because it'll take you forever if you sit here and try and pick off every little piece. And it's definitely not undo worthy. There are certain things I won't use because it's just a waste of my precious undo. If you don't know what undo is, leave a message in down in the comments, and if I get enough comments, I will do a drawing for someone to win it. And trust me, once you try it, you're hooked. All right, so basically you're just clearing it off. And then for this part, you can try and pull it off. It's just not worth it. So you can either turn it over, and I wasn't prepared for this, although I do see somewhere I have my heat gun, but let's just pretend. So then you cover it up, you glue it back on, paint it all one color, which brings us, before you put it back on, put your paper on. And then just use how I just used the cardboard and go down at an angle. And that cuts the paper right off beautifully, better than scissors. Highly recommend that. That was dumb. All right, so then to do the roof, I should have gloves on, or just a towel will be fabulous. All right, so you then take your tin that you cut the sides off of. Are you guys too, is that really close? All right. How's that? I hope it's good. All right, so then I just cut at a corner. And then you take the piece that is the upper edge. It's got that nice little roll to it. And you just, whichever way is your front, which would be this way. And I put that little roll towards the front. And then you measure it out just by marking a piece. You don't want any of this stuff on there because this is a high-class establishment. So you don't want a mess. I mean, if that's all there is, if you've used everything up except for these, you can pull them out and possibly just get a great fit. But I have never had that happen, so I don't know. So anyway, you just pinch it, you know where the mark is, and then do the same thing. I don't think it matters what side it's on. But, got that. We're going to cut right there. And then take, well, let me cut the back. Just everywhere you bend it, you'll get your, you know, where it's a nice crease. Then you take your glue gun. Now, be really careful when you do this because the glue gun does make the tin very hot. So just pop it on like that. Very hot, just like that. And then I like having that little rounded part go right on the front. And then that works out perfect. All right, and then you just take your other half, which I guess is this half, and again, just cut the corner off. Match it up at the top. Put your little rounded end. And you can also do this at the same time together if you want. I like doing it separate so that you can figure out if you need to overlap. Because if you just butt it up, it doesn't look nice. You want to overlap a little bit. So again, make the crease and cut that there. Pop it on here. Crease it again. Make sure you're straight. And then you can crease it again. All right. So I just got this brilliant idea to make one of those diaper cakes that I've never made. So this is clearly the best time to try something new. And then we're just going to glue this part on. And then we'll glue it all back together, and we will be at the same point as we are here. You can take a little bit of like the dark gray and dry brush on here so it's not really, really shiny. And just use one of your brushes from the Dollar Tree. Pounce it off. Probably on a napkin would be better. And then just kind of give it a little brush. And you really just circular as you're trying to get the shininess off, but you don't want it to be so that you can't see any of the silver. So then I just like to brush it off on each side. And then you have your roof. All right, so done with this. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our chickies. Oh, well, first you're going to paint over all of your eggs, which I've already done. And then we have chickies. Now, I was just at the Dollar Tree and they had some feathers, so I just stuck a little bit on for a tail. But you can put a lot more on if you want to just do that. And then you want to take your eggs and just figure out which way works for you, which way looks cute. I painted some yellow ones, but I find that they just kind of meshed too much with the chicks, and they just look like runaway chicks. So we're going to kind of stick them. The only thing you have to worry about is, and I got this chicken wire at the Dollar Tree, you just basically want to make sure you glue the chicks and kind of give them something to stand on. So just build up your eggs, or you could also we could probably take one of these guys and make a little ramp. I've only seen chicken coops a couple of times, and sorry, thirsty. And I've always seen like a little ramp that they could stand on. So I'm not sure. Let's empty these guys out. I bought this big egg because this is what I was going to use originally, was to paint it, stand it up straight, put my little chickies in, or the bunnies, and call it a day. So I'm just cutting a piece off so that it's flat. And then I'm just going to go corner to corner, and I'm going to make it lower than that because I don't want it going right up to the roof. Let's see. Let's have a little trial. Oh, see, yeah, that'd be cute. And stick some of the eggs down here. That would be really cute. Look at that. Oh, all right, so we got to paint our new addition. And we're going to paint it, just going to kind of dry brush it white, because you figure if all those chickens are running up and down, I'm sure that they're not, wiping their feet as they go. Or you could do like a little ladder. I'm not sure chicks care if they got a ramp or a ladder. So I'm going to give them a ramp. And just do both sides. I just like to make sure that there's the same as, I like to finish it off, I guess is what I'd say. I like to make sure the back is covered, which I still have to do on my little house. But basically just a little bit of white. I'm going to close that guy up. I have been knocking things over all week. I think it's lack of sleep, trying to, when your mind doesn't like to go to sleep when you want it to. That's what's been happening. So, move all this. And take these guys out. And I have to say that I'm ready for the shower to be over, but then again, I want it to last as long as it can, especially if you only have one daughter. I mean, I love my daughter-in-law to be very much, but her mother's gonna want to just do her thing. And I've tried to include my son-in-law's mom in everything. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of gray dry brush on here. Okay, I'll take it off my cup. To have her participate or choose or help out, whatever she wants. And they have graciously offered to help us with the cost of the shower, which they did that with the wedding, and just very thoughtful. And I will be doing that with my son and my daughter-in-law to be. Just going to offer to do that. And, all right, so we're just going to stick that there. And I have some raffia. I got this from Target. It was in the dollar spot, or I forget what the other thing is they call it. The Bullseye Playground, maybe? Cut that. And I think there were 8 bundles like this, and I think it was $8. So it's probably kind of high priced, but you know, when you're just in a crunch, you kind of get what you can get. So I'm just going to cut this, and then I'm going to cut it into shorter little pieces. Get rid of all the circles and that kind of stuff. I'm going to cut it in half, maybe in half again. In half again. Okay. So then I'm just going to kind of crunch it up so that it doesn't look so perfect. And maybe cut a few smaller. I don't know what my dogs are up to in the kitchen, but I'm sure it's no good. Come on, guys. All right, so then I'm going to just put little drops of hot glue here and there and just throw some on top of it. And be real careful when you're pushing this down, because you can burn yourself so quickly. And definitely on the metal roof, I cannot stress that enough, but it hurts. That's all I glued with that. I'll have to do a little bit of a, and I keep forgetting to find the, I have smaller tips for the glue gun, and I forget all the time. I bought myself a nice big calendar with the days of the week, a whiteboard. I haven't taken it out of the package yet, but I'm sure when I do, it's going to be amazing. And then take out what's left. I guess that's pretty good. And then I'll put a little bit on our ramp. Throw that on top of there. So I was able to feel the baby kick a little bit yesterday. She said he kind of just started moving, and this is, I think, going to be the greatest part of them moving in, is just being a part of the whole, her having a baby, and I hope by July that they allow my son-in-law in the room, because he's never heard the heartbeat except when I just gave them the little Doppler I bought them off of Amazon. If you know somebody who's pregnant, I just think it's the best gift ever. And it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. I think it was like $80, which is a lot of money. But I was thinking it was going to be in multiple hundreds. But apparently, things are cheaper than you think. All right, so then I'm going to decide which little chick wants to be where. So this one's kind of sleeping, so I'll stick him down there. And because we made these out of those beads, you want to kind of, if I had it, I would have covered this in a little bit of yellow felt, which I might still do, unless you can't see it, and then I'm not going to bother. All right, so I'm going to glue this guy in the corner. Those little feet are falling off. And I'm just going to kind of hold them for a minute. And stick this guy over here. Gunner. And this guy up the top. And maybe I will have him laying down a bit, because he's also got his eyes closed. So, all right, so then we have everybody hanging out. And now we are going to add our eggs. And I noticed that some of these I missed little parts, so like this. So just kind of try and hide those. And it is a little bit strange that the eggs are as big as the chicks. But I did have these peanut M&Ms, but they're not, like, really pretty. Although I did get, although the beads are not going to look like eggs. I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to stick them wherever they want to go. And they can just be piled in. That's good. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit, and these are going to melt quick because luckily the paint stops it from melting right away. But generally, styrofoam is not a friend with glue guns. And I'll stick this going this way. Now, I've kind of been racking my brain trying to figure out which way to put the chicken wire on, because I do have these little U-tacks that I took off of, I forget which thing I was making, and I saved them, and I thought, oh, I'll just hammer those in, but it's not that easy, so I'm not sure. And I'm not sure which way chicken wire goes. I'm thinking that these go up and down just like that. Again, my farm knowledge is not up to par, so yeah, I'll try it. I have my little hammer somewhere. I did just have my hammer somewhere, because I caught it from falling off onto my hardwood floors. But I can't find it, so it's going to have to just go with glue. So I'm just going to kind of put little dots of glue. Oh, here it is. I knew it wasn't that far. Let's try and see if we can get one in. I need to get a staple gun is what I need. And it's one of those things that you just forget every time you go out until you get home. Gunner, stop it. So I'm going to hold. This is the problem too, is there's really nothing to hold. All right, let's see. So I will stick it over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be worth trying to do this. But I am going to get a staple gun. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see if I can jump it out. Yep. All right, so we're going with the glue. And this was the first time I've even seen chicken wire at my Dollar Tree. But my Dollar Tree has definitely, it's a really big one too, but there is nothing in it. But I did make that little video that I guess they're trying, because they're making a bigger craft area, which I was sure I would have gone on Saturday, and then I just wasn't feeling too great, so I did not go. So I'm just kind of just draping it right over on top of the wire, and also so it's hitting the wood. So, Gunner, stop. So just try and hold it down, which is not easy because it's metal and it's hot. Oh, that hurt. I just hope that my Dollar Tree just can get the normal things that everybody else gets. Like ribbon, we never see the good ribbon for the season till after the season is over. So I don't know if that happens to you guys, but definitely. Like, we only got the little carrots in last week, and they're not really the good ones. They're really small. So it's not really worth it. I'm just using this hammer to hold it down. Gunner, what is the matter? Come here. Gunner is a mini dachshund. And he absolutely loves my husband. And he knows when he's supposed to be home. And he waits and watches out the window. What, Gunny? And now he's doing this because he wants a cookie. Which, it's not like I'm neglecting him. He's had plenty. He does this thing where he'll come up to me and stomp his foot. And I'm supposed to apparently know what he wants. But it's usually a cookie. Gunny, you want a cookie? You got to wait a minute. Okay? Okay, here we go. So this is our little chicken house. Now, I'm also going to stick a little bunny just hanging out on the outside of it. Just because he's got nothing else to do, I guess. So, I'm going to stick a little glue here, a little glue there. And just hang on to him for a minute. Gunner, you just had a bone and 2 cookies. You're going to get fat like Mommy. You need to wait and I'll get you one, okay? Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Just like a child when you're on the phone or... probably should have stood this up first because my bunny is floating in the air. See. All right. Let me do it this way. Oh, much better. All right. Bailey, I hear him. I don't need you either. Adding on. Okay. So I'm going to hold this for a second. Really just holding him. There we go. This is our chicken coop. So I hope you like that. This is it standing up. And I can take you to come see the what do you call, centerpieces that I'm working on. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. And I can give the dogs a cookie so that they can honestly stop. Okay, so this is Centerpiece 101. I'm going to get them a cookie as you stare at it. And I hope I didn't bring it. You're not backwards, which maybe you are. I'm not sure. And we're going to fall. Okay, this is it. No more, okay? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so these, are you choking? So these are the centerpieces. I painted, I don't know if I can turn you around. Hang on, sorry. I thought you could change you around. I can't, so sorry. So, yeah, the golf balls are half white, half blue. I used the little styrofoam dots in blue, gray, and white. These flowers I got from Michael's. And then I got these little guys, which go in after, you know, I don't have all the flowers in. So it's just going to say Baby Dean, which is their last name. And basically that's going to be them. But as I said, there's still work to be done there. but it's coming along. Sorry if I'm losing you. Let's see if I can, without deleting all this, get you in. Okay, look, there we are. All right, so we have our little cup here, which you can use for 1,095 different things. I'm going to use white to dry brush. And I didn't shake it. And I bought Vaseline to put all over these, but I keep forgetting. And in case you don't know, if you clean off the edge of your paint right here and you put Vaseline there, the paint doesn't cake up so that you know, it's hard to open. So I highly recommend that. Oh, wait, we got to put the, do I? Let's do a little dry brush first. And just no rhyme or reason, just put a little bit of color so it's not just that flat gray paint. And up in the top and the bottom, we're going to put the metal ribbon. So I don't know how much we need to see is in there. All right, there we go. And now we are going to put our ribbon on. Put this way. Oh, you know what? I should probably do the top also. Gunner, that's enough. And again, I did sand on the inside because mine was a little rough. I don't know if that's with all of them, but that was mine. All right, so our choice here is this one or this one. Oh, decision. I think I'm going to use this one. So, no, get rid of you. Keep you. So, you're just going to basically, maybe I'll do that on. Find your back. That's where you're going to start. It leaves you a very good starting point. It's kind of nice and straight. So, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on. And again, this gets really hot because of the glue. And try not to squeeze too much. Try and just get little tiny bits of it. And then I just pop it up to the top. Hold it for a minute. Oh, apparently that was way too little. Maybe I'll put it on here where I can see it. And again, I just put tiny bits. And then I'm just gonna hold it tight right up the top. And when you're done, before you seal it, you can roll it, and it just kind of, where it's not really stuck well, it just pushes it down into the cup a little bit and makes it a little easier. And then just stay right at the top. Oh, see, that burned. That was hot. So just try and hold it so that, you know, you're pinching the stuff that has no hot glue. Give it a minute to hold. And globs the glue here. And add some more glue. Because this one should be stuck already. And so now I'm just gonna kind of hold pull it tight so there's no little bubbles. And give it a minute. And then we're going to find where it doubles over, which is back here. And I'm going to cut here. And you kind of want to cut extra just so that once it's stuck, you're able to hold it and see where you are. So if you double over it, that's fine because we can cut it. And then just kind of roll it and hold it right on that seam. I have more glue strings. I feel like they're going up my nose all over the place. All right. It's still warm. I love this glue gun, but I really have to use my other one that is has a lower heat temperature. So just kind of give it a little. And you can definitely see where the beginning is. And you can see it's going to overlap. So it does give you a good vantage point to see exactly where to cut. And I can see I need to go just about here. Oh, look at that. That's just perfection. Like I expected nothing else other than perfection. All right, so now I'm just gonna, again, slam some glue right there. And then just kind of roll it. Because I did put a bit of glue there. And then again, make sure you're way up to the top. And we'll just hold this for a minute. You could also, which would probably be the smartest thing to do, which is just measure it around and cut it. But I'm just not that perfect at doing that. All right. You don't want to stick. So your other option is to throw some E6000 or Gorilla Glue on there. And that will definitely hold it long term. Gunner, stop it. And almost stuck. So that is the worst part, is trying to get it to stay. The other video that I lost was, I think, 10 ways to make carrots. And I made it, and it was never to be seen again. So I think I am going to do that one, hopefully before the shower, because I can do that late at night when I can't sleep because I'm worried about the shower. All right, so we are going to now, and where this is wider, if you don't feel you need the top and the bottom, you absolutely do not have to put it on. But I do have cork that I'm going to put on the bottom of these. A, because it will finish it off, and B, because this wire ribbon, metal ribbon, whatever it's called, it is sharp, and it will scratch wherever you put it. So I think right there is perfect. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. And I'm just going to take some glue, just kind of dab it around. And then I'm going to start here. And kind of hold it to get it started. Sorry if I'm out of, oh, you know what I did? I didn't start at the same place I did with the top. Okay, this one is definitely going to burn, so I am going to told you. So I'm going to flip it over. I can see the bottom. I can see it matches up with the cup. I know that we're going on straight. And I've been using parchment paper a lot, mostly because I haven't decorated a cake in a while, and so I haven't needed it, so I thought I'll just use it for this. Okay, now this, I'm going to cut off a little bit more. And a tiny bit more. Maybe I'll cut a tiny bit off of here because it's got a big glue blob. And I would suggest some tin snips, not to use your scissors and wreck them, because that's not fun. So it's a lot of glue coming out the, that's the only thing, is trying to get it to stick but not have the glue seeping through. But they do have holes, so I don't know what else to do. I guess I could tape it to hold it down. And I'm just going to hold that. Now, I'm looking at this one that the silver looks really pretty. I don't know if I want to put the white dry brush. Maybe very lightly. Just possibly a touch. A little bit. Oh, this hurts. That's hot. And I do have water here. Granted, it's my paint water, but it's water nonetheless. If you get a burn, you should really try and keep water with you on the table, because that one burn I got, oh, I think it was funny because I had burned myself on an iron, and I still have a little white mark. I don't know if you can see it. And it was funny because that like scabbed, it was awful, but I didn't feel a thing. So my sister, who's a nurse, said, because you probably burnt all the nerve endings in your arm, which, you know, very could have happened exactly like that. But if you're going to get a burn, I'd rather get a bad one that you can't feel. So a friend of mine is coming tomorrow. We're going to make the onesies. So I have a green onesie that we're going to put on it. My first green jacket, because the shower is also on the same day as the Masters. And it's at the country club that my son-in-law belongs to. So we really didn't have a choice as to what we were going to be doing. And he's so excited. So, and he just does so much for everyone else. I'm just kind of glad we can do this for him. All right, so that is that. So I think, what did I do with the other one? Oh, it's got my paintbrushes in it. All right, so these are the two. And trying to find that white is really, I don't like that way. That looks so perfect. But I did put a little bit of this gray on to take the shine off. But I guess the white might lighten it up a little, because it is. Oh, I got my white one and the gray. Oh, I'm telling you. Okay. Now I got feathers everywhere. Let's put just a tiny touch of the white. Oh, see, that's not a tiny touch. So just kind of slowly I probably should have done one and see what it looks like, but I didn't. Let's see if there's any gray on here left. I can. No. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of gray on those big stark white pieces. If I knew what I did with it. There it is, Maui sand. Now, I heard that Walmart is no longer going to be selling the Waverly chalk paint, which Waverly is owned by Folk Art, so it really doesn't matter, but there really is hard to find. Like, it's not on Amazon at all, which seems bizarre to me because everything is on Amazon except the Waverly chalk paint, because I really want to get that ballet slipper pink. But I went to the Walmart in my town, which is such a nightmare to go to. It's crazy and loud, and I don't know why, but it is. But I guess I will make another trip because I do want to get that light pink. All right, these little white lines don't want to go anywhere. There we go. All right, so I definitely need to clean up the glue on here. And then, sorry, let me put the cover on this. Clean up the glue everywhere. And the way I do it, and I don't know if anybody else does it, but I'll just take the glue gun and I'll just kind of, not squeezing anything, just get the heat on there, and then it melts a little bit, and then you just kind of use a cloth and get rid of it. So, oh, and cork has to go on the bottom, but I have no idea what that is. All right, so here's our cup. Here is our little chickie hen house. And I hope you liked both of them. And if you do and you feel like it, no pressure. If you'd like to follow me and hit the like button, if you liked it. Oh, I could probably talk to you. That would be nice of me. Well, a little crooked. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, it really would help me out. I know that I've got low numbers of people that are watching my video. I understand I was gone for a while, but I'm trying to get at least one out a week. So if you happen to like the video and you want to hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. If you want to share, that would make my heart fill with joy. So I hope you had a good time, and I hope I taught you something. I hope you like what we made. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you have comments, good or bad, I will read them and respond to them. So everyone have a great, safe night, and I will be on another day this week. Have a great night. Bye-bye.